The internet is still selling the promise of automated AI riches, but those promises are crashing into real-world business failure rates. Companies are hitting what the industry calls the renewal cliff. They bought into these software tools based on raw potential, but if they cannot prove the AI delivers measurable financial value, they cancel the subscription. We can actually see how poorly this transition is going. Broad data across European enterprises provides a stark baseline for how strategy is really being executed on the ground. This chart tracks AI strategy development. At the bottom, only 3.8% of companies have integrated a company-wide AI strategy. Meanwhile, higher up, 32% are running isolated initiatives, uncoordinated science projects with no centralized goal. This disjointed approach is incompatible with the technology actually arriving in 2026, agentic workflows. Instead of a passive chat box waiting for a prompt, an agentic workflow is a complex system. You assign a macro goal, and independent AI agents figure out all the cross-platform steps to finish it on their own. Getting these proactive agents to function requires deep, structural business integration. You cannot just buy a basic software license and expect them to execute your daily operations. Because of severe operational friction, all this corporate experimentation is barely touching actual operating profits. Looking at this chart measuring business outcomes, the impact on EBITDA section shows exactly what is happening. For 66% of companies, AI contributes to less than 5% of their total operating profit. The current financial return is incredibly marginal. The 3.8% of companies actually winning in 2026 aren't just buying more AI software. They have spent the last year rebuilding their core data and human infrastructure to make a fully integrated company-wide strategy possible. For an independent AI agent to execute complex tasks without hallucinating or making critical errors, it requires pristine, unsiloed internal business data. This graph breaking down technical barriers to AI adoption shows where the real roadblocks are. The top two bars reveal that insufficient data quality at 38.5% and data silos at 34.6% completely outweigh purely technological limitations. If your data isn't clean and connected, high-potential applications like synthetic commerce or industry-specific analysis will simply break down. Once the data is finally moving, businesses hit a second massive operational bottleneck. The sheer volume of AI output being generated requires intense, constant human oversight. As AI floods the internet with automated content and code, authentic human verification has become a highly paid premium necessity. Without a human in the loop, automated systems carry an unacceptable level of brand risk. Every piece of machine output must be evaluated before it goes public, but the specific talent required to manage these complex systems is shrinking, right as the volume of work scales up. This chart illustrates enterprise talent scarcity, with 81.8% of organizations reporting a lack of qualified AI professionals. Despite this deficit, companies ignore internal staff. Below, 62% of organizations are merely planning or do not offer any upskilling programs. Executing an AI transformation without clean data and human oversight is like navigating a dark storm in a fragile boat. You're blind to the risks. Pouring capital into new AI tools without first fixing your data silos or securing human quality control will only scale your business errors faster. To bypass these exact data and talent bottlenecks, many businesses attempt to hire external AI consultants. But applying a traditional hourly billing model to untested AI strategies introduces massive financial risk. An open-ended hourly rate completely misaligns incentives, rewarding consultants for time spent rather than problems solved. The meter runs constantly during discovery and revisions. Buyers rack up massive bills while their ROI remains at zero long before code goes live. This structure shifts all the financial risk and operational inefficiency directly onto the buyer. Smart businesses have recognized this trap. Now they demand scoped flat-fee integrations. Instead of a sprawling overhaul, a scoped project targets one highly expensive daily bottleneck, like a voice agent catching missed phone calls, and prices it at a predictable, transparent monthly cost. You trade the vague promise of an AI strategy deck for a concrete, quantifiable deliverable tied to a predictable flat number. Scoping forces the consultant to put their own skin in the game. Their profit becomes directly tied to delivering your financial outcome efficiently. Stop asking consultants to build total AI overhauls. Find your single most expensive daily problem and demand a flat-rate fix to solve it. Because the AI market has completely fractured, your strategy now depends entirely on your specific role and available resources. If you are a corporate enterprise leader struggling to bridge the gap between planning and execution, your path forward is strict. Halt the purchase of new front-end AI software. That budget must be redirected strictly toward cleaning internal data and upskilling your human talent. This slower rollout is the mandatory prerequisite. You cannot trust highly specialized vertical AI with your proprietary operations until that foundation is built. If you are a small business owner who is afraid of taking on too much tech bloat, your approach is completely different. Ignore the internet pressure to build a fully automated company. Look at your daily operations and isolate the single leakiest bucket in your workflow. Follow 3 strict steps. Identify that specific bottleneck, demand a flat-rate scope, and measure the precise return. If the flat cost is small relative to the outcome, make the investment. If they only offer a fuzzy hourly estimate, walk away. Finally, for the AI consultants and agencies looking to monetize their skills, selling generic implementation hours is becoming a race to the bottom. You must package your services as high-ticket AI architecture, directly replacing costly legacy processes with predictable, automated outcomes. By 2026, the real business impact comes from narrow, measurable solutions executed on top of a foundation of flawless data.